So just give me a few seconds. Let me share my screen. So if everyone is okay with my voice and video and everything. So if anyone
Yes, sir.
facing any issues, just let me know before that. Okay, before starting. Okay, I will just, as I explained, I just try to through the best experience possible. So you can give your examples also in the meanwhile, and most of my session will goes like this, like it's not like a lecture mode. So I'll try to keep engaging you through questions. You can give your answers in the chat box mostly. Anyhow, the uh, people are very a few, so we can get the answers through directly also from the video or something. You can unmute yourself and you can answer it. Okay, just let us dive into this, and we can if you have any questions in the about anything what we are discussing today, you can ask me openly in the end of the session. I'm very happy to answer them. Okay, so let's start our session. So I got this wonderful topic like work-life balance, which is the most lovable topic by me, because nowadays the it's most toughest thing to everyone to achieve this. So I will try to keep my experiences into this, as well as some of my colleagues' experience and previous people attendants who has given the feedback how they achieving it after my sessions and everything. I'll try to keep them as an example also, so it will be more helpful to whoever wants to achieve it more easily. So every time I mostly like to ask a question first. So what's your definition in your point of view for the work-life balance? Anyone can answer through the chat, or you can unmute and say, but to unmute, you can go one by one as I explained before. We have some geometrics. Anyone can answer through the chat. And okay, maybe typing may takes time. Yeah. Okay, I got one response. A healthy amounts of breaks for vacations during the work. Okay, it's a good perspective. You need different perspectives of the life, right? So everyone will have their own perspectives regarding this. So just for that, I'm asking you this question. So it is very important. So based on your answers, I can curate my session also. So I can include your answers as an example. So I think few are also in the mode of typing. So or else if it is typing, you can just give an answer through voice also. Okay, let's move forward. We'll not waste our time on this. Anyhow, you can keep typing on that. So what is a work-life balance? As I asked a question, so some are giving an answer. Okay, being able to properly teach yourself and your family to have fun. Oh, that's a very different perspective. Right, even that is also a correct thing. So before we defining or before we are going deep dive into the work-life balance or what it's a broad spectrum of the word which we hear generally. Yeah, it's unhealthy to do much work without a break. Yeah, that's also a correct thing. So anyhow, the work-life balance, before deep diving into it, it's a vast subject. Confining it to like a 1 hour session or so like a 45-minute session is very tough thing actually. But still we can see like as our structure goes on, we'll go with the introductions, we'll go with into the deep of the subject line, and we go with the conclusion with some of the best examples. So which will give you some a different. I will try to give you a different perspective. If you are a working professionals, it will give you a different perspective. If you are a student also, it will help you to give you a different perspective. Okay. Before anything, we have to ask ourselves these questions guaranteedly. How much role your work plays a role in your life? So for this also answers will gives a good answers. Well, I'm expecting. No, it is like no. You have if you take your life like 24 hours, we have a day. So it's like is it taking a 50% of your work? Even if your work is taking a 50% of your life in only the work thing or something, we have to see this. This question you have to ask yourself very frequently. Is it overlapping? So then you will have to go for the second one. So it's like 50%. If you are taking so say for example your work is going on for around 12 hours, 33%. Oh, very great. It's just 8 hours. I don't think so is currently happening at 8 hours, but still, let's consider that also as something like we'll agree at 40%. Okay. So, so suppose if it is taking 40% of our life, means in every day it's going off on 40%, and another something like 30% or something, it will goes on our sleep. So it's almost 70% has gone, and we left with only some 30% for our personal life, which where we have will deep dive into that. Okay. So next question, very important question is our personal life and our work life are crossing each other? It's crossing is like while we are working, how much it is affecting you, how much it is crossing over your on your work life, or if you are in your personal life, how much it is coming through you or to your life, your work life. So this is very important questions as currently after from last 4 years, the scenarios has in the world has completely changed, right? Before the technology is a different perspective, but nowadays the technology usage has been increased very drastically, and the AI has increased, and the AI has so every part where we are getting this deep and deep into this. So this is how it looks like our life. I'm trying to give some visual perspective. So say let's like the first image is what we think our work-life balance. So simply managing like the job on one side and the life on one side. It's just balancing it. Is it true? Will it happen like that? Is it simply the job and the life? Oh, I got another different perspective. It's a different for pregnant and nursing parents versus married couple or persons without distractions. Yeah, it's a person to person. It will depends upon person to person. That's why I'm saying the reality is different, right? It's not just the job and the life. In reality, we have some more roles which we are playing in your life, right? We are not just an individual, which is something like I can see some names here. So it's not our individual person which we are playing directly. We are just going to office and working and coming to a house, and we're just performing our duties and regular duties and just going for a sleep. No, it's not happening like that, right? We have our own perspective. Like here, what we are doing is volunteering some of the classes and something like, here we are trying to educate the people on different subjects and exposure, right? So that's the role, new role is coming up. So we have to network with the people to improve our professional career or personal growth or whatever we call it as. That's also we need it. We need to hang out with the people, with friends. We need that, right? We need our hobbies to be fulfilled. Without that, we don't feel our happiness or everything. So there is an health in our hand, there is a job in our hand, there is an, it's like a guilty pleasure, like it's no having a food and everything, right? We have a shoppings as a if we are have a family person, if we are married, something we have a different roles. Even though even single persons or unmarried people has to do some grocery shoppings for their personal use or right. So that's also has to be taken care. We have some of the course which daily course which we have to perform. Obviously it is as I said here, the pregnant or nursing parents has more of those course involved for in their life. And of course we can't avoid some of the travels which we have to take care where the time has been most of the time goes on. Travel here is not only just like flying. We have to commute our from our home to offices some most of the time. So previously, 2 years back, we have like a work from home cultures and everything for the IT field or some of the fields will have that. But now we are getting used to back to the another regular work cultures. But it needs a commute, right, from our home to offices and everything. Even though if it is in a hybrid model, like coming to the office for 1 or 2 days or something, so even that also requires our commute. We have a love like is like no, we have connections with personal connections with many people, which we have love to hang out and everything. That's we have to manage our family. We have to manage. So see, just simply we said that job and life is a simple balance. If anyone says to you that it's very simple to achieve it, uh, every time the our mind every what happens to our mind is like no, it comes like this. So there are a lot of these things, then these things we have to manage. How it is easy? Why these people are saying it is easy to manage? It'll come on top of our mind, and we can't escape that, right? Because this is the reality. We have to accept it and we have to move on with it, and we have to cope up with it, and then only we can achieve our work life balance and everything. But the most problem happens where understanding the difference between where I mean drawing a line between those two. But sorry to say this, nowadays it's there is no line in between which we can't see that. It's very wafer thin layer. It's easy to breakable and it's easily penetrated. And of course, it's in current scenarios. It's very mix up with happened in the both the things because of different work cultures has came up nowadays. Right. So I think most of the people are getting habituated to that also. So in previous days, what happened is there is a clear differences has happened between the work and the work culture and this our personal life culture. But sorry. So what happened is nowadays it's after this technological advancement and everything has happened. So it's completely combined overlapped over each other, and it's not happening. We can't separate each other from our work and for our personal life, and it became more challenge for us to separate each other. So let's if we can see this one, this is what happens in most of the people's life in your personal lives and everything. So how many are experiencing this in as in I shown in the left side of my image? How many are experiencing this while you're in work? you feel like taking some dizziness, or if you're feeling like taking a nap or everything, and while you are in home, or while your personal life and everything, you are thinking about work, you can just answer like me or something, who are just going through this. There is nothing wrong going through these things, because I am going through this also. Well, sometimes I go through this, and sometimes as I know how to balance it, sometimes I can try to overcome those things and the things. Yeah, yes. See here, the like work. If any students are there, so you can simply think that just replace that work with your education or something. Okay. So when you are in study mode or something, you may think about going to sleep or something. While you are in the sleep, you'll get all the study things and everything in the sleep, right? So this exchange happens because of most of the stress out things, or more of the unplanned subject, or which will happen. So for this, we have to study about our time management and everything. And of course, we have a lot of things like planning and day planning and everything. So that's very important, which you have to study that also. So to get this concept, see, saying like I can say simply, this is the concept, you can learn it and everything. But for that, you need a different tools like time management, and our understanding our what is our work, and differentiating the personal life and everything. That is a most important thing. So the quality of work life means to improve our quality in our work, because which is very important, right? We why we thrive to the why we study, or why we do that, for that enhancement our in our work life or something. Why we do that? Because we need our job satisfaction or the only thing? No, we need our monetary benefits, or what personal benefits, and we have to satisfy our career goals and everything, which is we required very much, right? That everything we have to satisfy. So for that, we need job satisfaction. For so to get your job satisfaction, you have to understand your job roles and responsibilities very deeply. Saying this term is very easy to me, or some understanding it is also as a word, it looks like a very simple thing. But what is understanding your job roles and responsibilities? How to take that? So it's very important to not going through just like if you are once you join in any company or anything, just going through the roles and responsibilities which is defined on the paper or something. No, that is not simply the not the job roles and responsibilities which will give you 100% job satisfaction. Okay, to get the job satisfaction, or to understand the roles and responsibilities, you have to keep your journey open, with open minded in this work life. Just understand what is your importance of your role in that organization, what it is playing it, how it will affecting the company, how much you are contributing to your company. So if you can't define that for yourself, and for your sake, you have to understand another step after that is how it is contributing personally to you, back to your career growth. If you don't understand that in your job responsibilities, and whatever the performances you're doing, and if it is not satisfying, or if it is not driving you to your career goal which is you kept, so sorry to say that you will go through a lot of hell in your job, and you will drastically your performance will drop down. It will affect your career, it will affect your personal life. So that's the most common mistake which happens in the industries. I've seen a lot of people in our in my job and everything. I work for a corporate companies, one of the top companies in India, in the world. So I see with a lot of people who don't understand their job responsibilities first. Just they think that doing like personal course in our life. So just they simply do that also as in our work life. No, we should not do that. Should not do like that. So we have to check ourselves and we have to keep that checklist, or you what we call, we have to keep that milestones, everything, how it is helping you in your career growth, how it is contributing back to you. So it is like, give and take policy. You have to give your 100% best to your company, and at the same time it has to give back to you, to which it should help your in a career growth as well as your personal growth, either it is a monetary benefit or whatever the benefit it is, right? Okay. So hope you got a perspective of that what I'm saying. I can't stay on this topic for more time because we have very less time. So and of course, which we can't avoid, the second thing is workplace stress. Workplace stress is like, we we have to understand our capacity, which is very looks like a very tough, but it's believe me, it's not very tough thing to understand your capacity, because no one can judge you more than yourself. So understand yourself, what's your max capacity you can perform, where you can give your 100% the best. Okay, where your performance can't go down. You understand that what's your limit of the time, or what your energy you can put it on and everything. You understand that once you crossing that, then the stress starts, the workplace stress, right? So that's where you feel your dizziness, that's where you feel your headache, and whatever you call it as, you will get while doing your job and everything. So you will get boredom and everything. So all these things starts when you are starting with the stress. Of course, I'll give that cycle, how it will happens and everything. And another very important, everyone says that for me, someone says that financially it is not required, or some says that, but no, in our life that financial reimbursement, that financial get back is very important, because that is one of the driving force of our life, or that is one of the best driving force to do the job, right? If we are not paying enough, and if we feel that and everything, then obviously we'll feel that we'll start getting demoralized ourselves and everything, and we don't give out the best in the job, and then again it'll throws back into the stress phase, where we'll feel more stress, and again it will affect our performance, and again it will roll back again into our financial things, hit back on our financial things. So all of these things are very interlinked and everything. And of course we need to do that work life balance. And of the most important thing is work conditions or job environment, which we have no control, right? We can't define, right? As an individual, we can't define our working conditions or job environment. We can't define that, right? We can't define the other our colleague or someone how to behave, how to do that, how to be in your environment, how to interact with you and everything. No, that doesn't, we can't that doesn't happen in a individual single day, or some we can't do that simply straightforwardly. But we have to understand how much it is affecting your performance. If you are not understanding that, and if it is in like, so we call it as a toxic environment. So even in the toxic environment, we can achieve our work life balance, but for that we need a lot more effort to put into that, to understand where the job satisfaction coming from, how much stress we are getting hit by, how much it is affecting our personal life, how much it is affecting our personal growth. So if you understand these things, and how your environment is working out, and how your people are behaving, how much it is affecting what we call something like office politics or what everything you have to understand that. So you can't avoid this uh, in wherever if you see that your company, whatever the place you're working currently, if you're feeling that is where you're having more toxic environment, so no, most of the places will have all the one or two either plus or minus, but almost every environment will looks like almost the same. But in some very well defined places, we have an no toxic environment and this thing, but it is very tough thing to get into only in such places. No, not everyone will have that chance, but we have to understand the fact of the life that yes, getting an opportunity is where we have to prove ourselves, right? So that's where we have to understand, that's where our intelligence, or that's where our knowledge and what we have learned from our childhood and everything plays a major role. How to overcome those things, how to make our hostile environment into a beautiful environment. So you have to make an impact that the other people has to feel that yes, uh, to feel that no, to work with you very effectively. They have to thrive to work with you. That's what we have to achieve it. So to roll out to this next one. So this is very important to understand. So if you have no here the performance and here the we have an stress level on the x-axis. So like take this as an example. So if we have very less stress, if you don't feel any stress, you will feel a bore. No, your performance will be also low. So some of the most of the thing people thinks that if I don't have any stress and think I'll give the best of myself. No, if you don't feel the stress, I mean, if you don't feel any challenges in the work environment or anywhere which you are working, or little stress out, you'll get a boredom. It's like daily coming and doing the same thing and everything. No, we can't do. So it will not help us in our career growth and everything. So we need a little stress in our job thing, but we have to check it out where it's under our comfort zone. It's under optimal things. So this is where the it has shown here. There is a first four layers are very important in our life, where very less stress out is causes the boredom, and when we have a coming of that stress, so we'll get into the comfort zone. Comfort zone is also very some of the dangerous things, because we'll feel satisfy ourselves and we don't get you can see for say for example I yeah we can take like this. So you are settled in your job, you'll go daily from 9 o'clock to some say like 6 o'clock. You go to the office, you'll open your computer, or you will go for some mechanical job, you'll go to there. You will do that as per standard operating procedures. We call it as SOPs. You'll go with through that. You just do that. You'll be back to the home. Nothing creative, nothing extraordinary, or nothing going out of line. Everything every day you're doing that and everything. I can challenge it. In not more than 6 months, you'll get bored. So even from the I'm not saying to you have to deviate from the standing operating procedures SOPs, but still, if you get some challenges or something new you have to implement or something where you are learning how to do differently or something, you'll give some stress. Or if you new things are coming up in your thing in your career, or if it is helping out in your career growth or something, if you are checking it out daily, then you will go into the comfort zone. Comfort zone is a very um, a dangerous place where you fall back easily to our last one, which is bore out. So you have to stretch your some of your stress levels to somewhat the better there, but it should not cause any effect on your performance. That is where before as I said that you have to understand your core strengths and you have to understand your capacity, where you can achieve your best out of yourself. So that's you have to understand. So going beyond this stressing the stress levels, you'll go into the strain. If any of you here feeling the strain, mostly the most people will goes into the strain level, where strain is like, you'll work better for something like, you say, some 8 hours or something. You'll give your best, but extending your time and everything, you will get that. So no, your the physical things are like no headache or dizziness. That's what happens in the mental level. You will feel like losing your concentration, your focus, or you're just getting dementia, like no, forgetting the things, how to do that. Y- You'll do the best everything in the stress level or optimal performance level. You know everything. You are the best, but even that simple things also you'll miss it out when you're in the stress, straining out yourself. Anyone facing this strain levels? Hope, yeah, we'll get this sometimes, not right? Even though, so it's mostly happens in the toxic environments. It happens obviously. Most of the toxic environments, why it happens is, why we get this strain level of stress is because of our colleagues or very bad bosses and managers. Yes, obviously we can't avoid that, right? We can't change managers as we are not in that capacity. We are not in the capacity of changing our, I mean, what we call it as colleagues and everything. So we have to understand that, and how to give our optimal performance is our biggest challenge in our life. So if you can't control yourself in the strain level, you will go out to the burnout level, which is very dangerous. Sorry to say this, burnout is a disease like a state, mental state. It is a World Health Organization has kept this burnout in their one of their mental stress level, mental health problem, and which causes very severe physical health problems. Burnout stage. Okay, I will show you that example. Don't worry about that. Yeah, as I said, that World Health Organization has said that burnout is a medical conditions. You need that recharges, right? As someone said that we need breaks and we need to enjoy our vacations and everything. Yes, but how many are enjoying your vacation without thinking about your work, losing out your work? How many are doing that? You went for a beautiful vacation, but are you enjoying that vacation 100%? Are you not thinking about your work life or your work thing over there? Are you doing that? Are we giving 100% in that vacation? No, no. I don't think most 90% of the people will do that. So that's why the problem arises, right? We're not enjoying 100% over there, and we're not giving our best in this. This happens, but we have to strike that balance. So give it our 100% focus on while you are on vacation. Don't think about the work. It goes on. So what happens in the burnout? What is the conditions we have to look out? If anyone here is having these things, definitely I'll suggest them to go to the immediately goes to the your near consultant or psychologist or someone, which is very important thing. Very quickly we have to address these things. Okay. Are you feeling exhausted from your work while doing your regular daily job? Are you feeling that? If you are feeling these things in your personal life also, not I'm saying it is only in the work thing. If it is happening in your personal life also, please be awake over that. Please keep your concentration on these things deeply. What I am saying now, if it is happening in your personal life or if it is happening in a work life also. You're going into a burnout stage. It's a high time you have to discuss with your family. You have to discuss with your company. Or if it is not helping you out, please go out, seek out a professional help, someone from the psychologist or some of the whoever it is available to you. It's very important. If you are feeling very exhausted with the simple daily things which you are doing, which is you performed very well before. Okay, you performed very well before, but now doing that also you're keeping exhausted. Or if you are feeling isolate yourself, are you feeling that? Are you feeling to keep yourself isolated from everyone? Are you getting irritation easily? You know, a very simple saying, very simply, if someone suggests you something, also, if you're getting irritated, that is one of the condition. And frequent illness. Keep an eye on your colleagues, keep an eye on your family. If they are frequently getting ill with their daily jobs or something, that is one of the cause of burnouts. Burnout is like, it's not like a physical thing, but it's a very mental thing. The psychologically, it's a very, very strong thing which we have to keep an eye on that. If any of these things you are facing out, just please work out on it. I'm stressing out. It's because most people will not concentrate on thing and they think that they will get out of it is easily. No, it will cost. It will keep you push you to the depression, or in worst cases, it will push you to the suicidal cases and everything. Okay, that's very sad things to happen. No, as an impactians or some what we always thrive is no, we are always a phone call away to speak about these things and how to overcome all of these things. So, so please, everyone, if anyone is facing or any things in these things in your personal life or in your professional life, please call us any of us. We are very open to discuss all those things. We'll suggest you a good professionals, or in your location you can reach out to best things, or you can speak out to your friends. You can go for a hangout. You can take a break. That's very important. Get out of this that thing these things very quickly as yourself. So as I discussed here, the change scenarios is or the major cause is happening. We are expanded our work areas, like it's not anymore in the office itself. Remote locations are most of the places is happening, not only in IT or something, it's happening in most of the fields, right? In something like pharma companies or something, it's not happening, but still uh, most of the companies is most of the industries, I think, is going in the remote things and everything. So, and obviously we are taking multiple jobs. That's one of the things which is happening nowadays. So we are not anymore sticking to one thing or something, because it is of obviously your personal life goals or something, your career goals, or maybe your financial goals. It's like multi job is like not simply doing your daily job only. Not, it's not only about that. Maybe you're while you're doing your job, you may thinking of starting your own startup, or you may be thinking of your starting your own business, or you're managing your own business, and as well as you're doing your employee things to keep your personal life happy, or going through that. So that's where also you know these scenarios are affecting our work life balance. So obviously we all know that working hours has been increased, almost in some of the countries has been increased, and some of the countries are still following strict rules of 8 hours or something. But no, I think most of the countries have changed to 10 hours now. They are allowing more than 10 hours. So it's like, we are going more of 12 to 14 hours. Obviously, it is officially, it will maybe as in 12 hours, but we are shifting, we are working through our almost a 14 hours jobs, right? So we're just left with 10 hours for our personal life or something where we have to keep our your personal hobbies, your family hobbies, your family vacations. We are very great there. You as a human beings, we are very proud to say for ourselves that we are doing very multiple taskings very easily.